Say, what's your name?
Ellie.
Ellie what?
Ellie Googles.
What? We're not Ellie Goo-Goos.
3 Googles.
3 Goo-Goos. What's your favorite food?
Googles.
What? It's not Goo-Goos. You like broccolis?
And chili cookies is my dinner.
What?
So looks like we made it. Made it here to the yard. The gentleman who's helping me out is actually super nice, but we'll see how it goes. He's trying to open the gate for me. I'm gonna not show the name of his business out of courtesy, but thank you, you know who, for helping me out. Really appreciate your help, man. And let's take a peek at this boat. Man, what a journey. Well, it looks like a bunch of equipment too, and a bunch of trucks here. Pretty neat yard. It's awesome how you find these like treasures around everywhere, you know. But there's a boat, first glance. Let's go check it out, man. I'm super stoked. This is crazy. Mission accomplished. My goodness, I don't know if you could see that little thing sticking in the back. This boat is amazing. By the way, thank you so much to those guys, Dylan and friend. I'm sorry I forgot your name. If you ever watch this, which you probably will, I'll send you this video when I start actually doing the work. You guys were awesome. You helped me out so much. We had an awesome time there looking at the yard. I didn't take a lot of pictures because, you know, didn't want to feel like I was too invasive, you know, but we walked around. These guys have a really cool operation. They do a bunch of other stuff. So if you're ever in the need for some live wood edges and tables, maybe you can hit up Dylan if he gives me permission to share his contact. But guys, this was really cool. Funny thing, and something that I have to point out, which I was expecting, but I wasn't sure. He told me that there was 400 saves on his ad, and that he had received like multiple requests to get the boat and get more information. Thankfully for me, you know, right away I went on Google, right away I hit him up. Surprisingly enough, he was willing to sell it to me, which I'm super excited about, because I did not want to miss out on this boat. Selling price, purchase price was $250. Talk about some ghetto rigging, but check this beast out. Put it on the fisheye here. So I got it pretty well secured. It's surprisingly light. This is just to kind of keep the stuff, this one's not as tight. Of course, this one's very tight, right? We tied it up. Got some of these heavy duty bungee cords. And funny enough, I have one of these like bicycle lights. So I just mounted it on the back and then of course tied my little warning signal. I do stick out about 4 feet outside the truck, but this thing is solid. I mean, this thing is not going anywhere. And surprising, right? 133 pounds. Look at the colors. I mean, I do see some things here that we're gonna have to address, but for the most part, this thing is pretty good. It's in really good shape. Check that out. You know, what's really cool is it actually still has some of the pulleys, and you see back here, you'll still see some of the pulleys. And what's really cool about this is that the locations is already in place. So when I actually put an outboard out here, I just run the wire, the lines, and you have all the hooks. You have guides for all the lines, and you see them riveted on the side. So this is a really good condition. You see some pitting here, which I expected to see, right, from a boat being this old, but however, it's pretty sturdy. And a lot of these holes I can actually reuse and for other equipment, right, for some handles, some ore storage. The boat itself is really nice. It does look like at the bottom there was some caulking that was done, so gotta put it in the water and see what's going on there. Maybe there is some water leakage going, but transom wood, pretty simple. It seems like it's just bolted on over there. I hope those might be stainless steel. Let's hope they are. They look stainless, but for the most part it's really cool, right? So we have this little back bench back here, some dents here. I do see a little bit of cracking on the floor. And again, it might just be storage or the way that it was handled, right? These things were made to pretty much go anywhere, but structurally sound. I'm in love with this boat, and this 1960s like style of benches is awesome. This boat is rated for 4 people, so let's take her home. We have about, what would I say, 2-hour drive. So stop at the gas station for a little bit, and now it's time to go home. Alrighty, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this adventure. My name is David, Dr. Doov, if you want to call me that. And welcome to my adventure. What you have here is a 1959 Meyers boat, manufactured by the Meyers Aircraft Company out of Michigan in 1959. Now, funny enough, this company's still around. They make John boats, they make smaller boats, kayaks. They're still based out of Michigan. So big shout out to you guys, Meyers Company. I've been a fan of these type of boats for a very long time. There's a couple different manufacturers that are not currently making these boats any longer. The one that is most well known is, of course, Feathercraft. Feathercraft has a huge following, and essentially it's these old boats, these old aluminum boats, right? What makes this one really special? First, the story behind it, the way that I found it, but most importantly is the fact that it's a piece of history. And I want to bring this back to life so that I can use it with my family, but also bring you along in the journey. This is my very first time that I'm actually going to be manufacturing pieces, that I'm going to be restoring something. It's been a dream of mine. A lot of people on YouTube that are currently doing it, and I give you big props. I've been following a lot of these channels that actually do this type of work, and I figured why not share the story, my journey, my trials, my tribulations, my worries, my concerns, and make this kind of like a very cohesive, comprehensive video and series of videos that we can follow along to track the progress of this baby. Quick specs on this boat, right? I'll put the specs up so you can see it. I was actually able to find a lot of the specs online, which is really awesome. A lot of really good forums online where you can actually find this type of resources. And it has made pretty much the journey, the search, that much more exciting, right? 12-footer boat made out of aluminum sheet metal. During World War II, a lot of these manufacturing companies actually had their focus on manufacturing airplanes and other types of uses out of aluminum for materials and equipment that will be needed in war. After the war, there was an insane amount of surplus material, and this became actually relatively cheap. So a lot of manufacturers actually switched to creating these type of boats or other type of equipment, right, using this aircraft aluminum that was in surplus. So 1959, I was able to identify this, right, on the catalog and the manual. It fits 4 people, maybe 5. I say maybe fits 3.5, which is perfect for my family. 12-footer boat. I found it at a yard up not too far from me, maybe about an hour and a half away on Facebook Marketplace. And as soon as I saw it, I jumped on it. But now it's in the garage, in Doov's garage, and we're going to start working on this thing. We're gonna do first steps, right? We're gonna do a series of videos, and I think the most important thing is gonna be just kind of following along the track of what we're going to do. So join me on this journey. It's gonna be really exciting. But let's talk about the plan, right? Because there is a plan. Behind everything, there has to be a plan. And my goal and my plan is to bring this puppy back to life, but also to make it shine and make it last, you know, for generations to come. So, welcome. Now, part of what makes this project exciting is that not only did I want to start with the boat itself, but I also wanted to start with an outboard. And after doing a lot of research and trying to figure out what I wanted to do, the idea was like, let's try to restore it to the way it looked originally back in 1959. And to do that, I needed to find a period engine. And what you have here is an Evinrude 1954 12 horsepower outboard motor. Now these engines are workhorses. These have been the pride and joy out of Evinrude and the Johnson brand for many years. I love this particular outboard. One, because I don't need a lot of speed, right? The goal of this boat is to have a family boat, an enjoying boat, a cruising boat, something that maybe we can use for fishing. But as soon as I found this, I became very excited. Again, another awesome marketplace find. I was able to find this online. I talked to the buyer, I sent him a message. He was actually a collector of outboards.
and he had a number of these that he was willing to let go. Most important thing for me was, is it in working condition? And we're gonna find out, right? But I did do a compression test. Compression looked really good. Everything inside is mint, right? Nothing has been worked on, nothing has been changed. I checked spark, there's spark. I checked compression, there's compression. I did go ahead and lube it up and grease it up to make sure that everything is working. And part of the series, of course, is going to be working on this and restoring it and bringing it back to life. Whether we want to keep it like this with its weathered look or give it a new paint, make it shiny, that's something that we can decide along the way. But it's not stuck, it's moving, everything works, and we just have to kind of, go through all the checks and balances, make sure this thing is working, and we'll be able to fire up, hopefully, right? That's the goal, and we'll learn. But the idea was, let's bring the boat, let's bring the outboard, let's have both of these together prior to starting any work. And some of the videos will go between making something in the boat or maybe working on the engine. There are a couple other outboards that I'm interested in picking up on Marketplace that might be interesting to work on in future projects. But for now, this little 12 horse is gonna do the trick. And I'm super stoked about this. And its story, right? It's a story of times back in the day when things used to just work flawlessly. Things were manufactured in a way that they're not manufactured any longer, and for this boat being from the 1950s and this outboard being from the 1950s, we can bring and paint the story together. And I think that's my main goal, is to preserve, restore, and cherish a part of history that's no longer with us. And also pay memory to all those folks and all the memories that maybe some of you have from similar boats or similar outboards. And what's also really cool about this outboard is that you can actually find readily pieces online. These were manufactured, the same type of systems, up until the 70s. And that makes it very easy to work on them. I think it's a great starter engine for me to get my hands dirty. And it's gonna be a great adventure just to be able to work on these type of engines.